White people have no idea about the consequences of their own damn actions. And this is what this 3 million page release is for these pale colored fools. The story of how a single demographic of people abuse themselves over and over again, betraying class consciousness so that they can have the privilege of being white. And while white men and women are being gunned down on the street like their children have been in the classroom, the Epstein Files revealed to the world the evil depths of compliance. This is what white people allow by not choosing to unlearn racism. They continue to use the language of Satanists to justify the infringement on other people's divine sovereignty. This shit is so spiritual, I don't even think y'all realize the religious implications these files have. And whether you believe in the occult or not, it does not matter because the people who ran Epstein Island and the not so secret ring of underground ritualistic PDF files do. And this shit is not new. Human trafficking is esoteric, Roman, Abrahamic, Catholic, Christian, Islamic, and dare I even say African to the T. These systems have been in place for thousands of years and have been perfected. And the biggest epidemic of human trafficking was what? The transatlantic slave trade. In class, they called it the race to Africa, but it was the rape of Africa. We're an estimated, and I don't believe white people, so I know these numbers are larger. 12.8 million Africans were captured, tortured, enslaved, and God knows what else with no regulation. Oh, at the same time, these white people landed on America, which had already been discovered by hella amounts of people, by the way, and immediately started raping, pillaging, trafficking, enslaving, and destroying the ancient and indigenous people on their own native land. And yes, you to be fooled, some of these people were just as dark as us, and darker skinned Native American people were classified as Negroes and enslaved alongside Africans. Please go read a book and stop calling Ceylon people uneducated and self hating. You are just as embarrassing as you think we are. But by 1970, Caucasians had wiped out 71.9% of the indigenous population, and in 1960, there were only 551,636 Native Americans left on their own land. And white people relish in it. White pride, white nationalism, white culture, the Aryan race all allow such obscene and monstrous versions of violence to happen on Earth. And even though parts of Europe were also enslaved and colonized in true European fashion. Release the Epstein Files, release the Epstein Files. Okay, they released them, so now what? We throw the people in the jails that they own and force them to make money for themselves while they sit in a cell that they designed? Y'all are so dumb. Y'all are fools. White people are so dumb. How about let's release all of the secret documents and files that I know have never been released from the horrors of slavery? Let's release all the documents about the true history of America, the copper coated indigenous aboriginal people who lived and thrived on the continent for thousands of years. Let's release all the documents about the true history of Africa and all of her ancient glory. I don't know. Let's get justice for all of our ancestors who have been raped and pillaged and sold and enslaved for hundreds of years. But guess what? It ain't gonna fucking happen. Welcome to Black History Month, where the Epstein Files reveal true Black history and true Black injustice. Welcome to Black History Month 2026, where we get to witness white people feeling just as small, feeble, and scared as Black people have felt for hundreds to, dare I say, even thousands of years. Go ahead and look through all the files. Get all of the fake outrage and memes you can get. Y'all ain't gonna do shit. You're pussy. You rich love the privilege of palm and are scared to live without it, shaking in your boots at the thought of equity, reverence, and reparations. I saw a white man on the internet the other day genuinely complaining that white men only make up 46% of college attendees. Okay, Chad, so the fuck what? White men not going to college during a mental health epidemic because they have no motivation is not the fault of DEI, immigration, or feminism. Maybe it's the fact that wealthy boomers, who are only getting richer, by the way, have been hoarding and enjoying economic and political power for about 40 years. And the greedy bastards won't die fast enough. And I could go on about the woes of class issues that white people ignore, but I just wanted to get on the internet and complain about these and how they abandon their human dignity for thousands of years so that they can be shocked that white people and other races are being trafficked in political and celebrity circles. Duh! What else did you think was happening? And this is what they want. They want me and us to waste our time being mad at white people for doing white people shit. I do want to make it poignant, though, that there won't be true justice for victims of the Epstein Files, Epstein Island, or human trafficking if there are not systemic breakdowns and structural consequences, because it is the system that allowed this to happen. It is white people and their compliance and their silence that has allowed this to happen. And with that, I'm done. I like to be a safe space for radical truth and white repentance. So if you are a white person and want to hear more about your Black white history this month, I have content planned about how poor white people sold their labor to work alongside slaves on the plantation, and how there was almost class consciousness during slavery because of trading between poor white people and enslaved Black people here in America. Or how modern day sheriff departments, police departments, aka slave patrols, were also used during this time to capture poor white people so that they could be trafficked for wages. Subscribe to my channels, follow me on my socials. And for my ancestral carbon family, I have some true and deep Black history content planned for us, discussing how Black people are actually crystallized stars, Black matter, Black energy, and the cosmological content of the universe. I have a scandalous thought exercise planned about how racism isn't even real for real. I want to give Black people off this month. I want us to relax. I want us to rest. I want us to reset and let the white people carry the weight of their own oppression for once in their damn lives. Stay woke, stay rested, and stay balanced. Happy Black History Month, everybody.